You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. It's Wednesday, May 11th, and I hope you're wearing your turquoise to recognize National Lung Cancer Awareness Week. In our top story today, firefighters rushed to a structure fire on the north end of town this afternoon. News 25 reporter David Preston was there on the scene.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, along with Nye County Sheriff's Office, responded to a structure fire this afternoon on North Simpkins Road in Pahrump. The building, a two-story Quonset, had been converted into a residential property, was engulfed in flames. According to one of the property owners, the house has been completely destroyed. Thankfully, there were no reported injuries during the incident, and the fire is now under control. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue is currently conducting an investigation to determine the cause of this fire. There was a trailer on the property, but it was not destroyed.
The prosecution continues cross-examination of murder suspect Brad Main. RJ Camacho has the story.
Yesterday, trial continued for the murder of 27-year-old Roy Jaggers at Cathedral Canyon, with murder suspect Brad Main being cross-examined by the prosecution team. Starting off, District Attorney Patrick Ferguson inquired Main about the shotgun and ammo used in the alleged murder. Main confirmed the shotgun and the ammo were his, and the ammo type being buckshot shells. Main was also asked to confirm the tools in the box he gave previous witness Norman Mullet. He confirmed all the tools, but stated he did not see the belt being used on Roy.
Okay, and I think you testified you didn't actually see that belt getting used on.
No, I did not.
The belt was also presented to Main.
Does this appear to be a belt?
Yes, it does.
And have you seen this belt before just this moment?
It appears to be the one I took out of the bed of my truck.
Main also confirmed the blue axe and stated he saw it being used on Jaggers. When asked if Roy seemed in pain during the beating at the Belle Vista shooting range, Main stated he assumed it was painful, but Roy gave no indication that he was experiencing any pain. Later on, the prosecution team used the video of Main being arrested by Nye County Sheriff's Office Captain Berukowitz to question Main. Ferguson proceeded to question Main on his arrest that occurred on August 2nd, 2021.
You meet at Barney and Gankler. You drive to the Belle Vista range. Then what? The truth, Brad. The truth.
Everybody was having fun taking turns out.
And everybody in this context that you've been discussing was Kevin Dent, right? Heather Pate, and yourself.
Yes.
In the video, Brad says to Berukowitz that he got Jaggers with a belt.
I got him with a belt, but I left it out there.
Now you just testified that you got him with a belt that you left out there, right?
That's what I said.
Later on in the video, Main told Captain Berukowitz he did not remember an axe, but Ferguson reminded him of his earlier confirmation of an axe being used on Jaggers. But Ferguson reminded him of his earlier confirmation of the blue axe being used on Jaggers.
How is it that you didn't remember it that next day, but now you do?
He asked about a hatchet. That blue item is an actual axe, not a hatchet.
Later on in the trial, Main was also asked about his statements in the arrest footage of him being asked if this was justice for the baby, to which Main replied, "Kids don't deserve this."
My kids didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve it.
You made a comment that you didn't deserve it. Are you making reference to your stepfather?
Yes, I am.
Do you know that Roy did it?
Did you see the video?
Did you see the video? Did you know what the video is, Brad? Because I watched it. It's him babysitting, the kids playing on the couch, and he's wandering around in his boxers in the house. That's our video proof. That's it. That's the video proof that you just killed somebody over.
They didn't show it to me.
Finally, Roy was asked about the statements he made when he and Berukowitz went to retrieve the murder weapon.
The body found in Cathedral Canyon.
A body was that?
He's not kidding. I killed that dog. And said, like, I'll handle it.
And you said, I killed a pedophile instead of letting the cops handle it, correct?
That appears to be what I said.
Yet yesterday you vehemently denied making that statement, didn't you?
News 25 will continue to update you about this ongoing trial.
Thanks for that report, RJ. The jury in this murder trial took a road trip to Cathedral Canyon this morning. Soon after, Judge Wonker allowed them to return home, and the case will resume on Monday. The jury might start deliberations early next week, and News 25 will continue coverage of that trial for you, and all our other stories are available for you to watch on local BTV and online. We'll be right back here at News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, police respond to a report of a domestic battery in progress where dispatch states they heard in the background, quote, "I'll kill you," during the call from the reporting party. RJ Camacho gives us those details.
Yesterday, police responded to a call regarding an alleged domestic battery in progress. According to the declaration of arrest, the reporting party stated that Frank Matthews was intoxicated and allegedly stabbed a knife into a wall. Dispatch stated they allegedly heard Matthew yelling, "I'll kill you." Dispatch also advised that everyone in the house allegedly was afraid of Matthew and told him, "Please don't hurt me." Upon arrival, Matthew was out in the front yard and all parties had been separated. According to police, Matthew allegedly displayed signs of intoxication and had a strong odor of alcohol. Matthew allegedly admitted to drinking, stating it was a bad day for him, and apologized for stabbing the wall. Also on scene was a juvenile and, according to the report, tried to intervene, but allegedly was punched in the face by Matthew with a closed fist, then allegedly shoved to the ground. Police stated the juvenile allegedly had markings consistent with what they told police. The juvenile continued stating Matthew allegedly grabbed a bread knife and walked around while irate. Allegedly, while Matthew aggressively approached the juvenile, he suddenly stabbed the knife into a wall with enough force that he allegedly punched a hole into the wall. Frank Matthew was then arrested and charged with child abuse or neglect and assault with a deadly weapon.
And a man is pronounced deceased at Death Valley National Park. Rory Rosell reports.
A 73-year-old man from Las Vegas, Nevada died in a motorcycle accident at Death Valley National Park around 10:50 a.m. on May 6th. The incident occurred on a curvy section of Highway 190 in Panamint Springs Resort and Father Crowley Point. The man lost control of his motorcycle, slid into another lane, and ended up being struck by an oncoming vehicle. California Highway Patrol, National Park Service, and Inyo County's Coroner's Office responded to the incident. The man was pronounced deceased at the scene.
All right, don't grab that remote. We'll be right back here at News 25 with much more local and national news you can use.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, a man is arrested after he returns home despite having currently a temporary protective order that was served against him previously.
Nye County Sheriff's Office in Tonopah responded to a report of an intoxicated man later identified as Keith Hall. According to the report, the reporting party had informed officers that Keith Hall was served with a domestic violence temporary protective order in the late afternoon, but returned to the residence of the reporting party's home. On deputies' arrival, officers made contact with the reporting party, who stated that Keith was allegedly intoxicated and had returned home where he was not supposed to be. The reporting party also stated they ran into their bedroom and locked themselves in after allegedly hearing Keith use his own house keys to enter the home. According to the declaration of arrest, the reporting party explained that they had filed the temporary protective order against Keith Hall the day of the incident, which police dispatched dispatch confirmed. Police later made contact with Keefe at a casino to which he allegedly admitted to being served the temporary protective order and also allegedly admitted he returned home. Keefe allegedly stated, "Where else am I supposed to go?" Keefe was then placed under arrest and transported to the Nye County Tonopah Detention Center and charged with violation of domestic violence temporary protective order.
All right, so shoppers locally, listen up. I tried to go there last week, but it was still closed because it was still under construction. But now the newly remodeled Maverick gas station and store is announcing their grand reopening tomorrow. Rory Rosell tells us about it.
Our local Maverick store is located at 3010 South Highway 160, and it has been remodeled to bring you an even better Maverick experience, and it is almost time for the reopen. Each remodel receives a new store graphic and design with an improved layout, a new bonfire grill with fresh made-to-order food. Go check it out and receive some brand new grand opening deals when they reopen May 12th, which is tomorrow. Have a great day.
Thanks, Rory. And now Josh Osborne of Great Computer Deals is talking to us about an issue many of us face concerning our computers, and that's wireless connection problems at home.
Hey guys, Josh Osborne here with Brump's own Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial. Today's topic, the most common issues we see at our computer repair center and how to avoid them, part 4. You think the biggest technology issue facing our customers this day and age would be their lack of computer knowledge, but that's actually not the case at all. You'd be surprised to find that over 50% of the problems that we help people solve are completely avoidable regardless of a customer's computer literacy. Today's topic and issue, wireless connection problems at home. Wireless internet is so hard to live without these days. Everything from banking, modern communication, even watching television requires it. This Wi-Fi convenience would be very tough to use if not for the help of a little friend we call the wireless router. Yet, so many people seem to have issues with theirs. From password problems, the lack of range throughout their house, we've seen it all. And in most cases, these problems are completely avoidable and, more importantly, fixable. So, how do we avoid the issues? Well, for starters, when you first have your internet service installed, very important to be involved with the technician doing the work. Make sure that router that you're providing you is sufficient for your needs and, more importantly, your house size. Sometimes the model of router they rent to you is fairly low end and doesn't really offer really good coverage. It is your right to be able to purchase a better router on your own and have that same technician install it for you. This will also save you that monthly charge that they add to your bill for renting their cheaper router. Be sure to ask them to install the device in a central location of your home so every single room gets a balanced signal for wireless internet access. The last important thing to know is your router's Wi-Fi name and password. These details will be very important to getting your various devices connected to the internet. Computers, smart TVs, tablets, wireless printers. Make sure to log those credentials in several locations and possibly even on a sticky note attached to the router itself. Still need help? Come on down to our store. We're located at 1190 East Highway 372, across the street from Pizza Hut and in the same plaza as Game Corner Arcade and Fun Center. Or just give us a call, 775-990-8833. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 3. Anyway, that's it for today's lesson. I will catch you guys on the next one.
All right. Well, if you're wondering what the weather is going to be like for this Mother's Day weekend, we'll have all that and more when News 25 returns after this break.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
In today's health news, an Ohio mother has a lot to be grateful for this Mother's Day after having a golf ball-sized aneurysm treated in her brain. This all while she was pregnant. Brittany Harris speaks with her about the surgery and the special precautions doctors had to take to make sure that the mother and her baby were okay.
Yellower one. Around 20 weeks, I was having really awful headaches. I couldn't get out of bed.
Having been pregnant twice before, Mallory Wehage knew those kinds of headaches weren't normal, but never would have guessed at the time that they were being caused by a golf ball-sized aneurysm on her brain.
It was in the back portion of my head. It was pushing on my spinal cord, which was causing a lot of other issues.
Doctors with Cleveland Clinic wasted no time figuring out a treatment plan, but there was one big factor they had to consider: her unborn baby.
Do we need to open that?
We did this procedure minimally invasively. We were able to work inside the blood vessels using catheters and wires and other tools like this. So we were able to lay her on her back. And we were able to narrow the field of radiation exposure to limit it really just to Mallory's head, and we were able to spare the baby any kind of radiation.
Mallory says she doesn't remember much from before or after the surgery, but there's one moment that still makes her emotional.
The first thing I asked was, am I still pregnant? Because that was the greatest fear.
Mallory went on to give birth to her baby boy with no complications.
I was in really good hands, and I am so appreciative of the care that I received.
For Cleveland Clinic, I'm Brittany Harris.
All right, glad everything's okay. And Mallory continues to go in for routine checkups. So she also encourages other parents out there not to ignore any concerning health symptoms. All right, here's a live look outside our front door here at the News 25 studio. We have beautiful blue skies, scattered clouds. We'll take a closer look at your Mother's Day weekend forecast after this break.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 5 Weather Studios worldwide on the local beat. That app you really need on your phone. I'm taking it with me on a road trip. It's going to be fun in McCarran Airport, sitting there watching my TV. You know, Fernley, 73 degrees, 74 out there in Fallon, at 71 in Carson City. But are you the cool spot? No, that would be Tonopah at 70 degrees. Congratulations. 72 out in Goldfield. 82 in Beatty, and the donkeys are just starting to complain about it being a little sweaty. Amargosa saw 87 today, and that's our hot spot. Vegas close behind, and wonderful poolside at 85 degrees, 97 in Death Valley. And here in the Paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. Ta-da! The big reveal, 77 degrees. That's our current temperature. 84 just a little bit earlier. Very nice day. Winds just kindly out of the west and southwest, 10 miles per hour. As the sun rose this morning on all its hope and glory at 5:41. Setting this evening, look for it to go down about 7:38, 7:39. Let's call it 7:39. Good enough. And a beautiful sunset under clear skies tonight. A low tonight of 59 degrees. Oh, that pool water is just getting right again. However, no, that's good news. In the 90s, this great as you know.
Today's sun will be a happy to all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio. We'll see you on the air next newscast. Good night.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, police respond to a report of a domestic battery in progress where dispatch states they heard in the background, quote, "I'll kill you," during the call from the reporting party. RJ Camacho gives us those details.
Yesterday, police responded to a call regarding an alleged domestic battery in progress. According to the declaration of arrest, the reporting party stated that Frank Matthews was intoxicated and allegedly stabbed a knife into a wall. Dispatch stated they allegedly heard Matthew yelling, "I'll kill you." Dispatch also advised that everyone in the house allegedly was afraid of Matthew and told him, "Please don't hurt me." Upon arrival, Matthew was out in the front yard and all parties had been separated. According to police, Matthew allegedly displayed signs of intoxication and had a strong odor of alcohol. Matthew allegedly admitted to drinking, stating it was a bad day for him, and apologized for stabbing the wall. Also on scene was a juvenile and, according to the report, tried to intervene, but allegedly was punched in the face by Matthew with a closed fist, then allegedly shoved to the ground. Police stated the juvenile allegedly had markings consistent with what they told police. The juvenile continued stating Matthew allegedly grabbed a bread knife and walked around while irate. Allegedly, while Matthew aggressively approached the juvenile, he suddenly stabbed the knife into a wall with enough force that he allegedly punched a hole into the wall. Frank Matthew was then arrested and charged with child abuse or neglect and assault with a deadly weapon.
And a man is pronounced deceased at Death Valley National Park. Rory Rosell reports.
A 73-year-old man from Las Vegas, Nevada died in a motorcycle accident at Death Valley National Park around 10:50 a.m. on May 6th. The incident occurred on a curvy section of Highway 190 in Panamint Springs Resort and Father Crowley Point. The man lost control of his motorcycle